Please don't be pay to win. Please don't be pay to win. Please don't be pay to win. It's pay to win. Hey guys, what's up? It's Rainy here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Spring Fayre. Fayre. How do you say that? Why couldn't it be written the right way? I'm just going to say Fayre. No, now that sounds wrong. It's a pun on Fae, gypsies, and stuff like that. I just can't pronounce it properly. So this is a new type of spring holiday event on RuneScape 3. Don't know if they'll be doing it in the future, but it's happening this year at least. It's never happened before. It takes a lot of inspiration from the beach event. The beach event is actually a holiday event that goes on during summer. It's been happening the past couple of years, and you basically... there's a bunch of different skilling activities in the Lumbridge crater. You have like a set amount of energy you can use there every day, and usually takes like an hour of skilling, maybe 2 hours to do. And while skilling, you can find different tokens and stuff. So it's taken inspiration from that, and then turned into microtransaction hell. But before we go into that, what can you do at the fair? Fair. There's a crap ton of things you can do there. You have Zoltan's Machine, where you can gather 17 misfortunes. And you're thinking, like, why is it misfortunes? Well, because they're bad fortunes. The machine is broken, like, that's what they tell you. You have Hook a Duck, which is actually from the beach. All you really do is hook ducks. That's essentially the idea. You have the centerpiece, which is called the Helter Skelter. No frickin' idea what that means. But it's a giant dragon slide that you actually were able to participate in building the past, like, 6 days before the event started. And if you did participate in that, there is a chest by the stage around the Helter Skelter. And if you search the chest, you'll get a staff. You have Bucking Baroo, which is kind of like those rodeo horses you see on stage shows. But there's a twist to it. Presleek, one of the players who makes lots of RuneScape comics, is actually the character standing there. They have this weird obsession with yaks. So, I mean, that's why they're there. They also sell some yak items you can get, but I'll get into the rewards afterwards. Pickaxe wanging. You throw pickaxes at things. I actually don't know what wanging is. Give me a moment. Wang. Urban Dictionary. What's the worst that could happen? Top definition. Wang. A very common Chinese surname. Doesn't explain the pickaxes. Or it could be an ancient brand of computer systems. Never heard of that. Oh. Or a penis. See also or I'm probably gonna have to censor out like 80% of those, but it's not anything about throwing pickaxes. Right, closing that. Don't need picture examples. There's also a fortune teller who can give you cookies that don't have fortunes in them. But they do make a joke about that, so I'll give them points for that. It was humorous, I liked it. They can also give you fortunes, so that's a thing. You have the Test of Strength, where you take a mallet and smack it on like a weight thing and it sends a thing flying into a bell. Still haven't managed to get it onto the bell. You have the Agility Funhouse, which is basically agility. It's an agility course. You have the Easter Egg Shy, which is basically coconut throwing from the beach. You basically throw Easter eggs. It's not Easter anymore though, but whatever. There is Making Candy Floss. You have dancing. You can even do the samba. Hey! There is a scavenger hunt where you can find items on a list, basically a to-do list, and give it back to the sneaky assassin rogue that's standing there. There are 10 hidden eggs around the entire crater, and you'll want to find all of those for some reason. I don't know why. Like, there's no reward for finding all 10 of them. I really don't know why. I've heard there's a title, but there's nothing in the title screen, so I don't frickin' know. Apparently also you get something for getting the misfortunes I mentioned earlier, but there's nothing of that either. Like, they could have put both of these things in the achievement section. Wasn't the entire point of the... oh god, I shouldn't be bringing in the achievement section. Wasn't the entire point of the achievement section to make it easier to add achievements? And then they don't even use it. They could have added like a friggin' microtransaction section on the achievement thing and just like throw this in there, because this is essentially microtransactions update. Just have like find all 10 eggs as one, and then you have get all misfortunes as an achievement, and then you have, I don't frickin' know, you'd actually have a tracker for all the things you can unlock, It's just a complete mess at the moment. Yeah, you can find these things, and surprise, there's these things to collect as well, didn't you know? And then suddenly, oh, we can buy all these things as well, and there's like 3 different shops with items. Everything's just a mess. I mean, I spent like 10 minutes talking to the main guy about this, because I was like, okay, maybe he knows something about the rewards. He doesn't even really mention any of the rewards. He mentions the shops, but he doesn't mention any titles. I mean, doesn't seem to be any titles. There's also a Claudia stall, which is basically a claw grabber, and you get a box filled with treasure hunter items, and I mean items like prismatic stars and lamps, and there's also the portals from the beach are back, so you can use those are pretty nice. And there's also a Chinchampa hunt, which is kind of like the beach map adventure thing, just not as good, because you have to spend your tokens, and you only get a set amount of tokens every day. You spend your tokens to try to find spots on the map where there is outfit pieces. The outfit itself can only be obtained through this map. So when I reference outfit, there are 4 different new cosmetic sets of outfit you can get. I'll just show those on the screen. They're all based around characters found at the fair. They look alright, in all fairness. Probably not gonna use any of them, but you know, they're there. You can get them if you want. Apart from that, there's also quite a few other cosmetics you can get. Among other things, there are a mallet you can get, there's a pickaxe you can stab in your head, fortune cape. There's also a hypnotic parasol, and a Zortar pet. I think I got that name right? Zoltar. Sounds like something from Star Trek, regardless. There are 2 dance packs. I don't know why they didn't combine all the dances into one, but you can get 2 different tokens with 2 dances in each. You can also actually get the Test of Strength emote, or yeah, mallet thing as an emote. There's also a rest emote you can get where you spin some balls in your hand. And probably the coolest one is the bucking yak teleport animation, where you basically ride a yak for a little bit and it kind of sends you flying. It was pretty cool. There's also actually a yak balloon and yak plushie you can get from Presleek. Now you're thinking, oh yeah, this all sounds fun. It is actually quite fun. I like the event. But then you run out of tokens. You get 100 tokens every day, and if you want more, surprise, surprise, you can buy more for real-life money. It is, in all respects and regards, a microtransaction event. It's made by the microtransaction team, and oddly enough, it seems like it's the main update of April, and this is where it kind of goes downhill. It's practically impossible, or at least very difficult, to complete this event without actually spending any money on it. Keep in mind that you're already spending money to access this content. I do believe free-to-play get a limited version of it, but it's basically paying to pay more. It's pay to win. Oh, and misunderstand me correctly, the only way to actually do this without paying any money is to do happy hour thing that happens every day for an hour, twice a day during weekdays, and once a day in the weekends. So you'll have to be online during these hours on set specific worlds, and this means that you can play these minigames that I've just listed up as much as you want without spending any tokens. Normally, you'd have to spend anywhere between 1 token and 50 tokens to use these. Remember I said you get 100 tokens every day? There are things that use up half of that in one go, and you get 1 ticket from it. Now, this is where it gets fun, because I got to do some math on this. So, the Chinchampa map I mentioned, you get 1 free spot where you can open up a hatch every day. After that point, you need to use 40 tokens. Yeah, that's right. You spend 40% of your daily cap opening a hatch in a map. And you might even not get anything. You might get a prismatic star. You might not get the outfit. This is the only way to get the outfit, and there's 4 different outfits. 1 every week. That means you have 7 tries to get 5 outfit pieces. There's 36 spots on this map. Do you feel lucky? Because you need to be. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can actually use a bond to unlock all of them. But do you want to do that is the question. That's 4 bonds. So if you were to open all these with 40 tokens per open, that's 5,760 tokens you need to open all of these. And in most cases, you will get all 5 of these pieces before you hit the 36 cap. I mean, if you don't, you're very unlucky. But I did the math, assuming the worst case scenario. So you're spending 5,760 tokens for the 4 outfits. That does not even include any of the other rewards. And there are 3 shops with rewards here. To get all of these rewards, you need to spend 8,000 tickets. Keep in mind, I didn't say tokens, I said tickets. Tickets are what you get for completing mini games at the fair. Most things only give you 1 ticket. Some things give you 1 ticket when you spend 10 tokens. Other things will give you 1 ticket sometimes if you use 1 token. Sometimes you have to use 2 tokens to get a ticket. So my dear friends, how do you think you're going to get these tickets? Well, originally, when this came out, there was one way you could do this, and that was with Bucking Yak. You could do 10 tokens, and you'd get 20 tickets if you did it perfectly. It wasn't hard to complete this without failing, which meant you'd get 200 tickets for free every day. But despite this, you still couldn't complete the event. If you did Bucking Yak every day, you would get 5,600 tokens. You need a total of 13,760 tokens. So you'd get about 1/3 of the way there-ish. Not completely halfway there, but maybe like 40% of the tokens you need. The rest you'd have to buy for real money. Even J-mods were saying like, okay, yeah, just do Bucking Yak, and you're fine. Fast forward a few hours into the event, suddenly people are like, Bucking Yak doesn't give any tickets. Basically, the only thing that actually gave tickets was nerfed. It was nerfed from 20 tickets each to 6 tickets every time. So you're now getting 6 tickets for 10 tokens. That is a big decrease. I checked out how that math went up. Instead of getting 5,600 tokens now for doing the event and doing Bucking Yak every day with your daily tokens, now you get 1,700 instead of 5,600. So you're not even getting a fraction of the amount you need to buy everything anymore. So I was thinking, like, why would they do this? Like, how much are they making by doing this? And I was curious, so I did the math. 100 tokens per day turns into 60 tickets per day. There's 28 days of the event, because it lasts 4 weeks, so the maximum amount of tickets you'll get for free is 1,680. Most activities that use 1 token per ticket will give you a ticket sometimes, but not always. The things that give you tickets every time cost 10 tokens each time. There's also things like Fortune Teller and Claudia that cost 40 and 50 tokens and give you 1 ticket. Don't do those. Candy Floss Maker is a 2-to-1 ratio, so it's slightly worse than Yak, because with Candy Floss Maker, you'll get 50 tickets every day for free. With Bucking Yak, you'll get 60 tickets every day, maybe 70. I was getting 7 tickets, but some people were getting 6, so I don't know. So there's the option to buy either 100 tickets, 500 tickets, or 1,000 tickets. You can also buy tokens, so you can also buy 100 tokens or 500 tokens. The cheapest option is to buy the 500 tokens thing for 140 rune coins, but I thought, like, if we just buy the tickets themselves, and you have to pay for the highest amount of tickets, so you have to buy the 1,000 ticket pack for this to work out. I'm gonna drop the bombshell on you guys. I hope you brought your wallets, because if you're using euros, getting all the rewards from this includes the free tokens, by the way. I've actually included that, so you save money on the free tokens, but in euros, you're looking at 102 euros to get all the rewards from this. In US dollars, you're looking at $128 to get all the cosmetics from this. And in pounds, you're looking at 90 pounds to get everything from this event. Now, please keep in mind that this does not include happy hour. If you do happy hour, these rates will be a lot lower. But also keep in mind, you have to be on one of the few worlds that has happy hour every day. And it only happens at 2 different set times a day. Now, the sweet, sweet irony I saw on Reddit was just great. Now, the community didn't like this update. I think it's fair to say that. I think we were all expecting Beach, and what we got was microtransaction hell instead. But the best part of this was the fact that the Jagex moderators actually posted on Reddit saying like, oh yeah, we're taking in feedback about this, and we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, and then see what the feedback is, and we'll do something about it, possibly, maybe. Probably not. 1 hour after that post, they nerfed the Yak thing by about 60 to 70%. So apparently nerfing something requires no talking at all, but actually buffing something requires a lot of talking. And it just seems like a joke to me. I mean, I can't take it seriously. So because of the changes, I have had kind of a mixed roller coaster of ratings today. I've started off by rating this update 5 out of 10, because it is enjoyable to play when you're playing it. Like, I really generally like the graphics of it. It feels slightly washed out, but I mean, it looks good despite that. The music there is great. I mean, it's a remix of different old RuneScape themes, but in a honky-tonk kind of way. I mean, the entire thing is based on, like, a kind of traveling circus-ish kind of thing, and it really does feel like that. I mean, the events are quite entertaining, they're cool, they look nice graphically, but the microtransaction thing, it just blocks you from doing the content in a really ugly way as well. It stops you from enjoying it because you constantly feel like, I don't want to spend my tokens because you have such a limited amount if you don't spend money on it. And then a friend of mine pointed out something quite funny that made me realize something. He said, this is actually pretty much like a real-life fair. I mean, they have all these stalls with overpriced entertainment. Probably most of them are rigged as well in their favor. And you pay absurd amounts for junk items like stuffed toys and stuff that you don't really need but you kind of want. When that sank in a little bit, I was like, okay, maybe that was what they were going for, and I'll give it a 6 out of 10 instead. And then they nerfed the yak. And then I was like, they just want money. I'm just gonna say that this is a cash grab, regardless, because, I mean, they obviously don't want you to complete the content without paying money. They wouldn't have nerfed the only way to actually get the rewards if they actually wanted you to get the rewards without paying anything. So, no, it's actually worse than I thought. So I'm giving it 4 out of 10. It's not as bad as the achievement updates last week. I'll have a link to that review after this, so you can watch that as well if you want. It's not as bad as that because this content actually feels done, but it's done in a way that is bad. Again, I don't know if it's obviously balanced for you to buy things. There's nothing fair about the way it's balanced. Honestly, all of April was kinda shit. Gem Dragons were dead content on release. I don't think they're even still good. I think they gave up on them and just abandoned them. I haven't been back since day of release. I haven't heard them change them either though, so I haven't had a reason to go back. Achievements were crap. This was a complete letdown. Was obviously looking forward to it because it was like, oh yeah, beach during the springtime, but it's actually crap. The tickets and tokens and all the limitations just ruin it. But if you're going for the cosmetics, know that you're probably a piggy bank that's being spanked right now to get all the money out of you, because that's what it feels like, and it's not a good feeling. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video at least. I hope it enlightened you a little bit on the situation, and if anything, just explained the entire fair for you. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, do give my other channel a check out as well, because that's where I mainly do my vlog videos. I'll have the link to that on the bottom right after this. This channel is just starting up with vlogs, though I kind of quite enjoy doing them like this as well. Apart from that, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Rainy out.